Now, if you're in the market looking for a scooter that's going to have long range, all-terrain tires, and also looks fantastic, and this thing is packed with power. We're talking about over 30-mile-an-hour power. Well, you'll want to watch this video because today we're taking a look at the Kugoo Kirin, and this is the Q30. This thing packs a punch. It has RGB lights, has a fantastic ride experience because it has 4 shocks, and you just got to watch the video. Go ahead and check it out. All right, guys, so now as we're taking a closer look at the Kugoo Kirin, again, Q30, you're going to see that this is a really stocky scooter, right? So basically you have a super duper well-constructed scooter that has, again, a stocky tank-like look, but the agility of, I'm telling you, like a sports car. This thing is fast. So first of all, we're taking a look at a 768 watt-hour battery, right? And that's all in the bed right there. That is going to, again, give you fantastic range of 28 miles. Now keep in mind one thing here. That battery pack that you see here is going to be powering two 1200 watt motors. So really what's happening is you're going to be getting great performance out of this specific system. You're looking at up to a 30-mile top speed, and I've been able to see well in excess of that with this. From a tire perspective, the tires are beefy. They have great, I would say, grip to them, and they are 11-inch tubeless tires. Now, you're going to be able to go up to a 35-degree hill when climbing with this scooter. So, great range, great power, great battery, and again, a lot of maintenance-free features. Now, the bed of the scooter is pretty wide. You're looking at a 9.8 width bed that allows you to put your feet side by side, and you're going to see this in the riding experience. Now in the back here, you'll notice that there's this area here that serves both as a handle that you can lift if you want to carry it, but it's also an area where you're going to be able to rest your foot, and it's going to help you if you want to be able to do tricks on that. I don't do tricks on the scooters. I have crashed on scooters before, and I'll tell you, it's not something that's fun. So I ride scooters more responsibly, and I don't go real crazy. But if you'd like to be able to, again, have your back foot here and do tricks, that's going to give you that surface area to do so. It has a really nice, you notice here at the very corner, and you're going to see this in a couple seconds, it has turning signals as well. So it has an LED light in the back with turning signals as well. Now, charging your scooter, you'll notice that there's 2 ports right here. These 2 ports at the very bottom are basically going to allow you to plug in a power source. Now, you can have 2 power plugs going in at the same time to speed up the charging, or you can just do one. It really doesn't matter where you plug it in because it's going to charge both through either or, but it has the ability to do fast charging if you were to charge them through 2 ports. Now, one of the things that you're going to see here is, again, the suspension of the scooter. So you do have dual suspension system both in the front and in the back, and you can see where the back one is actually placed. And it makes this thing riding, you know, it's just delicious to ride because you really don't feel any of the things that are going on. And you can also see, as we pan over here, you can see the actual disc brake system. Typically, I've seen the disc brake system is on the opposite side, but in this one, it's on this side, and you can see everything there. And then you can get a really nice look at those treads because those treads, again, are going to give you a really nice grippy surface. And again, this is an all-terrain scooter, so you could go dirt, snow, you know, you could get into those environments where you want to because of just the beefiness of the tires. Now, the couple things that I want to highlight here. First of all, you have a release mechanism with a really, really robust release mechanism that allows the steering column to fold back, so if you want to stow it or move it. You'll notice in the front here, the second suspension system that's found in the front giving you that great ride, and then also the front discs as well as your LED light. Now, on this side, you'll notice, once again, you do have a nice grip surface in the very top, but the other thing that is hidden, and we're going to have to do this in a night shot, is that there's an LED system here. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the scooter. A little bit will show up just slightly. But you'll notice that there is an LED system inside of the actual, I would say, the grip surface that you have on the bed. You see the LEDs there. And then you see LEDs coming up on the sides, as well as what you see with the LED in front, which is super bright, and then the LED marker that you have in the back. So this really dresses up the scooter, and it becomes, as it is during the day when people see it, they go like, wow, that thing looks like crazy powerful. But then when you have the lights going on, it makes it super cool. Now, the steering column for this scooter is telescopic in nature, right? All you do is you pull this forward, and this is going to come up, really giving you access to taller riders. So if you have a taller rider that needs to be able to use this, and sometimes that you don't want their arms to be really, really low, by just opening this up, this comes up even further, giving you, again, a higher ride for if you have someone that's taller. Now the LED in this scooter is pretty bright. You can see that right there. And I'll tell you, it even generates a little bit of heat there. So it's super bright. You're going to be able to see everything that's going on around you. Now, one of the things that you don't find regularly on scooters is that the grips, I would say, are very reminiscent of what I would find on a bike. And I say that because you have palm support. I don't really see this often. So you have palm support. And that means that as you grab here, your palm is supported by this area. It makes it fatigue free, right? So you're not dealing with any tweaking, any kind of wrist aches because of that. Now you do have a on and off switch for the LEDs. You can see how responsive that is. You also have your turning signals here, and we'll show you what that's going to look like in a second. And you have a horn, and the horn is beefy. Check it out. It is loud. It is not a very high pitched. It is loud, and people are going to see you and hear you as soon as you press that button. Now the brakes themselves are responsive, and I would say the scooter has great cable management, and there's something over here that's really standing out, and that's the screen. Now this scooter has one of the largest LED displays that I have seen on any kind of scooter, and I just want to show you the startup sequence. We're going to turn it off, we're going to turn it on. Woof. Beautiful the way it lights up. So a lot of information is going to tell you about your scooter ride. It's going to tell you about your experience. It's going to tell you trip information. It's just a really nice display here. And what you also then have is a security system, or a key-based ignition, as well as some controls when it comes to speed. And you'll notice here that it says it's ready for 1. And if I push this button, now you'll see in a second, it's 2. And then 3, and this is going to give you the fastest speeds, and you'll be able to see that really clearly when you're riding. Now on this side, you'll see the actual next palm rest with your throttle, and this is the type of scooter that it's not a kick to start, right? So as soon as you kick it, or as soon as you hit this button, it's going to go. So just make sure you understand what level you're at when you're using it, because if you're not careful, you're going to have some power. The scooter is going to go. So this is level 1, level 2, level 3, and this is going to give you the fastest possible speed. This is your ignition on and off, and then again a nice little indicator of power that you're supplying. Now for those of you curious as to what the markers look like, you can see the turning signals. Really love the way that looks. All right, and you see I like it the way it kind of breathes to the left or breathes to the right. If you're pressing the brake, right, and if I have no light on, or this is with the light on, this is with the light off, you'll notice that those signals are all still very visible. So even with the light on, you can see how it shows up really nicely on each side. And if I turn it off, obviously it's going to be even brighter on each side. So this is really, really nice, and I think it's a great standout feature. Now to fold the bike, all you have to do is pull this up and back, and this mechanism right here is going to release. It has kind of like this lock that's right there, is going to release up, and it will fold down. And that's what the folded position looks like.
Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now today we're riding a brand new scooter. This is the Q30, and it is a beast. We're talking about front and back dual shock system. We're also looking at it having tubeless pneumatic tires, and these are Grippy tires. Dual 1200 watt motor that's going to give you a 28-mile range, but with power. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to be testing this bad boy out and see how fast we can go. The bed is super wide. You can see right here, this bed is really nice and wide, and you can really adjust the height of the steering column unlike any other scooter that we reviewed before. Now, this scooter has one of the largest displays. I hope we can get this display, but oh my God, is this display big, and it's easy to read. I want to say the numbers are about 2 to 3 inches tall, but I absolutely love it. I have a fuel gauge that is the largest I've ever seen, and the kicker here is that this scooter has LED treatments all over the place. So right now it's daytime, you're not going to be able to see them, but at night, oh boy, does this thing light up. So the bed itself lights up, as well as the sides light up as well. And hey, you know what? You have to be able to see in front of you, so it does have a headlight. Now the scooter also features on the side here a tail marker, an LED marker that's going to be able to show you your left and right turn signal. So you have that as well. This is a beast of a scooter, and it runs so nice, especially with that suspension. Now we're going to go ahead and go through this little bumpy part of the grass because we can, and we're going to be checking out the top speed in a couple seconds. Now, a couple other things I'll highlight about this scooter is the fact that it has nice palm support on each side. So where I have my palms here on each side, I basically have palm support or wristing areas so that as you're gripping hard or you're resting your palms on it, you don't have to worry about having a lot of fatigue. Now, in addition to that, you do have a key ignition system here that you can see on the side. You have a power meter telling you how much power is being consumed. We also then have modes, different modes that you can run in. Right now we're running in mode 1, and we're going to see the speed differences in a minute as to what does the mode do for speed. So you'll have them right here. You have standard mode, and then you have a second mode, and you'll see that there's going to be 3 modes that you can choose from. Now on the opposite side over here, you basically have your light where you can turn your light on and off, and then you have your markers left and right. You have your horn. And it is loud, and it is a growly horn, so it's not one of those meep like little ones, but it is more than a meeper. Well, maybe it's a little beeper, but it's better than a meeper. Now this scooter also has dual disc brakes, front and rear, and they are grippy too. They'll stop, have no problem stopping whatsoever. All right, guys, so now in this area here, we're gonna see how well this scooter does. We are level 1, and we're gonna put full throttle. I'm clocking at 18-20 miles an hour. 22 miles an hour is what I have. Remember, this has dual 1200 watt motors, 23 miles an hour, 24 miles an hour. So we're getting 24 miles an hour, it looks like, at the level 1. So what we'll do is in a couple seconds, we're gonna switch it to level 2. And now we have level 2, and we're hitting that throttle. 25 miles, oh boy, 27 miles, 29 miles, woohoo, 31 miles. We gotta see how fast this baby goes. All right, guys, so we're gonna try how fast we'll go in level 2. I'm gonna get into like a somewhat of a pole position. We are right now hitting 21 miles an hour, 23 miles, 25 miles, 27 miles, 29 miles, 29 miles, 30 miles. All right, 31, oh my God, 31 miles an hour. That was at level 2, gotta love it, 31. Woohoo! All right, guys, so we know the top speed we hit was 31 miles an hour. We're gonna kind of slow down a little bit, and we're gonna see how fast we can get up to. We are gonna do a speed test, with the speed cam just to see. So we're gonna start at 5 miles and we're gonna floor it. Right now we are at 3, which is the highest level, the fastest speed. And we're gonna see how far or how fast we go. We're right now clocking at 23, 25. Let's see how fast we go. 27, 29, 29, 30, 31, 31. Can we go faster? Can we go faster? 32, 33, 33 miles an hour, 33, 33, and that's how fast she rode. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna see how fast we can go. There's a speed cam ahead. I'm flooring it on level 3. I've been able to hit so far 35 miles an hour with this bad boy. Right now we're clocking at 27, 29. Let's see how fast we go. 30, 31, 31, 32, 33, 33. Let's see if we hit 34. Clock is reading 29, 34 on the speedometer, 29 on the speed cam. Gotta love it. All right, guys, so now we'll go ahead and do a suspension test through this area. It's gonna be a little bumpy. We're gonna see how well it handles this terrain. Don't really have an area by us that has a lot of gravel where we can test a lot of the off-road of this scooter. But this has its fair share of bumps, cracks, and you get jittery. Yeah, you get jittery. Oh boy. We had some good rain last night here in Chicago. Great rain, and we're gonna have some more today. Suspension is doing really, really nice. I'm not really feeling it at all. So let's talk about the pros and cons of this scooter. Yep. Pros and cons of the scooter. First of all, this thing is fast. 34, 35 miles an hour fast based on the speedometer on the scooter. We'll be able to see how well it does in GPS. We saw also the speed cam. It is comfortable to ride. So we have great suspension, wide deck, grippy deck too. It has the pneumatic tubeless tires, which I love. and it has a fantastic LED system. This scooter is big, so it is a heavy scooter, but it handles well. It doesn't feel like it's tank-like at all. It just feels so, so good. And for those of you who are taller, this is a great scooter because the steering column can be raised, right? So it has a lot of flexibility here. So you'll notice how high my arms have been on this ride because I raised it pretty high and I could go even higher. So that's great too. Now the tires themselves, I'll tell you, have kind of, because the treads themselves are so big, it has kind of like this grippiness, and it has this, I would call it almost like a growl to the tires because the tires themselves are so treaded.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.